A Guilford County community is reeling after a 7-year-old with autism wandered away from home, was found in a body of water, and later died.
WFMY News 2's Jensen Silvers found out Logan Spruill went to Colfax Elementary and spoke exclusively with the school principal today. Jensen, we understand Logan hit a milestone in the last week.
That's right. Principal Julie Kimsey tells me that Logan was both autistic and nonverbal, but just this week he actually said his first full sentence. She also said that in his 4 years at Colfax Elementary, he's made a lot of bonds both with students and staff alike. Just before 5:30 yesterday, the Guilford County Sheriff's Office got a call about a missing child in the 7500 block of Happy Hill Road in Kernersville. After searching for several hours, officials found Logan in a body of water and took him to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Principal Kimsey says Logan lived with his grandparents and had slipped away before, but this was something she or they never imagined, and breaking that news to the kids was almost just as tough as getting the news herself.
They were hurt. They were really surprised, and I think in shock somewhat. The first grade class that's beside of them, they really didn't start asking questions till this afternoon when they saw some of his work out in the hallway. And they said, well, there's Logan's work. And the teacher had to explain, well, he did that last week, and, it's out in the hallway now on display because he didn't do that today, So the questions, I think, really started this afternoon.
And those are questions that many teachers still don't even have an answer for. And that's why there are several counselors here throughout the week and as long as they need to help with both students and staff as they go through this time.